going live here. And we are live. Welcome to the Ron Payne podcast show. I'm your host, of course, Ron Payne. Tonight, I got a very special guest. I got Irvin Petrucci, who is also known as Irvin Legend over in Virginia. How you doing, bud?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. Real quick, for those who are joining to also watch Joe Black tonight, unfortunately, Joe Black couldn't be with us tonight due to some other circumstances. He wasn't able to join us tonight, but we will have him on next week. So we're definitely looking forward to that. We also got a couple of shows coming up. We also got two very special guests coming up next week, which is hopefully next week, if not the week after. It's Sean and Mark Denny, the Geordie Bulldogs, will be with us. So that should be a very cool interview, just like all my other ones. So I'm looking very forward to that. But once again, for you guys that are watching, I'd say thank you to everybody because you guys and everybody else that goes to my webpage, my webpage has reached over 400 viewers in the last even in the last week and a half to almost 2 weeks that it's been up. So I want to say thank you to you guys for that. And I'm also reaching roughly about maybe 300 different viewers a week for the Ron Payne show. So I do appreciate that as well. First and foremost, we got VCW coming up, Vanguard Championship Wrestling, October 3rd in Norfolk, Virginia, over at the Mazog Temple. Guys might want to go and check those guys out. Those guys got some great talent over there. We also got Southside Pro Wrestling, the Boys and Girls Club, October 10th, over in Virginia Beach, Virginia. You guys want to go check out the website. It's spwva.com. Their show starts at 7 o'clock p.m. That is their bell time. They also got another show coming up in October 24th. It's going to be at a Little League place out there. It's 1130 Pine Ridge Road in Norfolk, Virginia as well. So definitely go check those out. We also got NEW coming out October 31st, Feast or Fears show. Definitely a very cool show considering the fact that it's on Halloween. So please definitely go and check those guys out. They're at the National Guard Armory at Elizabeth City, North Carolina. For more information, go to evolutionwrestling.com. So since we got all those out of the way and everything else like that, being joined by Irvin Legend over in Virginia Beach, man. How are you tonight, man?
I'm pretty good, man. How about you doing?
Doing okay, doing all right. Just doing a lot of different stuff nowadays and just trying to get the word out for you young guys, and I know how hard that can be. So I appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
As for anybody that doesn't know, you've been part of a couple different shows, Southside Pro Wrestling, Hampton Roads Championship Wrestling, and now recently you've been picked up with Next Evolution Wrestling. You got Danger Zone Wrestling. You also been picked up by PWA as well. Matter of fact, Danger Zone coming up, you'll be going up against Rock Richardson and Max Morrison. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, if you can, man, tell the viewers that are watching right now live or even when they're on video, tell them a little bit about yourself, man. What did you grow up? What made you get into the business?
I actually grew up here in Virginia Beach. I've lived here my whole life. Growing up, it wasn't WWE at the time. It was World Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
Before even all that, I was watching VHS tapes. I was watching Lex Luger, Adam Bomb, Tatanka, Yokozuna, Owen Hart, Bret Hart, people like that. And it's amazing to me how larger than life these people can be and the reaction they can get out of people. And I was thinking to myself, man, this seems really cool. And then I saw WWF, with Stone Cold and The Rock and Kane, Chris Benoit, And I was like, you know what? I want to be one of those guys on TV. And I actually ordered a Sting and Goldberg inflatable doll.
Those things were awesome. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like practicing moves and stuff. And, you know, I'd go out with my friends and we'd do body slams, and one of us would always end up getting hurt. And I thought from that point on, this is what I want to do. You know, in high school, middle school, elementary school, all I wore was wrestling T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know? And people thought I was a major outcast, believe it or not. You know, I didn't have a lot of friends. Got picked on a lot because I was small. I was a easy target for people. So, you know, I didn't dress cool. I didn't dress to impress. I just dressed with what I had, you know, extra long baggy clothes and double XL shirts that were way too big for me. You know, I've always loved wrestling, and I'm just very fortunate that I've been able to live out my dream for a couple years.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Now, tell everybody at home a little bit about your training. For instance, I mean, where did you train? Who trained you? Well, actually, I shouldn't even say who. I already know because I was around when you actually started training. That was with Marty Reed, who was also an original guest on my show.
Right. That's
Um,
right, man.
Tell me how that all started out, man.
Well, actually, you know, I walked in the doors of SPW when I was around 16, I'd like to say, and I saw it on TV so many times I actually couldn't believe I was there, you know. And I stepped in the ring for the first time, and I already felt like I was a superstar. You know, I was running the ropes. I couldn't even run the ropes right. You know, first person I ran to was Curtis Mack. I saw Brittany Cole up there. You know, I saw Sterling. You know, the canvas we had at the time was, you know, dark blue with duct tape.
Mm. Duct tape in the middle. I remember that canvas.
Very, very hot atmosphere, little AC.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I went there, took my classes, and I stopped because I thought to myself, this is harder than I thought. You know, I'm not built for this. I left, and, you know, at the time I was having trouble with money. And then I got approached by, you know, Curtis Mack wrestled for HCW, and he kind of brought me in, introduced me to Willie, and then I started going there, and that's where I ran into you too, and a couple other guys.
Yep.
Trained down there for a couple months, then I left there because it didn't work out, and then after that happened, I kind of took a sabbatical. I quit because I was trying to, you know, think of what I should do, where I should go, and then I decided to go back to SPW and give it a shot, get my stuff together, and then ever since I did that, you know, it's skyrocketed from there.
Very, very cool. I could definitely understand that. Now, where are you training at now? Do you still train? I know you got between Danger Zone Wrestling and PWA, NEW, SPW, HCW, whatever the case may be. I'm sure you still train on a daily basis.
Yeah, PWA is our home right now in Yorktown, Virginia, Body by D.
It's prime time.
Yeah, Primetime Wrestling Alliance. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are advanced days. That's the days we go, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays are basics. I don't go those days. But like I said, I was introduced to New last weekend. It was the first time I was down there.
Okay.
I love the atmosphere. I love the people there. Really cool experience. And then on the 26th, it's going to be the first time I'll be in Danger Zone. So from what I've heard, it's a good place. So I'm just excited to be a part of it.
So your experience was good down at NEW. Who did you happen to take on?
Army of Two, and it was me and Kevin Cross versus Rock Richards and Max Morrison versus Army of Two.
Oh, okay.
It was a three-way tag team match.
Gotcha.
And, you know, I'm always used to being the baby face, so I went in there being a heel, and it was like a totally new environment for me. I got the crowd didn't like me too much. Instead of chanting Urban Legend, they were saying Urban Loser the whole match. So,
well, when you get in this business, man, you got to be able to transcend when that happens. I know that personally.
Yeah, it's a challenge if you don't know, if you're so used to doing one thing and not the other. You know,
Yeah.
you got to balance it out. I'm still struggling with that right now, but, you know, it'll come to me. You know, I'm 3 years in, I'm still new, and I'll learn. You know what I'm saying? It's all an evolution.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You can never stop learning. Some people think that, they've been in the business for a long time. Those people are still learning. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's a fountain of knowledge out there that is just waiting to be discovered, and it's a wonderful thing. You know what I'm saying? I respect the people that came before me. I appreciate the people that came before me. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Respect is a big thing for me. And
Oh yeah.
I said respect is a big thing for me. I respect the people that came before me and what they've done for me. The vets,
Yeah.
they're always there for me for questions, and I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's one thing I have learned, hold on one second. Sorry about that. Let's see here. It says, let's see. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're all right.
I had to read some people messaging. Now, when it comes to September 26th, Danger Zone, correct? You're going to be performing there.
Yeah.
Now, is that the night you go head to head with Rock and Max?
Yep.
And Kevin Cross is still going to be your tag team partner?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is that going to be?
It's going to be in Wilson, North Carolina.
Okay. All right. So for the viewers that are watching, if the guys are fans, wrestlers, whatever the case would be, go check it out. September 26th, Danger Zone over in Wilson, North Carolina. Now you said you were brought in by Curtis Mack. How did that all come about with you and Curtis Mack? Have you guys always been friends? Were you guys brought up together, or?
He's probably known me since I was at least 15. I'm 22 now, so it's been a hot minute. He's had my back from the start. Like I said, he was the first person I walked into when I was in SPW tryout, and I already felt like there was a major connection there, a friendship.
Okay.
And since that day, it's popped off. I gave him a call the next day, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm small. I don't know if I'll be able to do that." And I feel like the one reason why we're good friends is because we're both small. We're all smaller guys.
Yeah.
Connect in that sort of way, because I wasn't blessed with being 6 feet tall and 250 pounds. I'm 5'8", $180, 185.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's like, "Man, I believe in you. You just gotta keep pushing and working harder than everybody else." And I did just that. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself in being smaller because that means that I got more to show people. That I can make it. I'm not saying I get underestimated a lot, but small guys tend to get underestimated sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, absolutely. Now, everybody has certain goals, everything else like that. What are some of your goals in this business? What do you look to achieve?
Well, I know if you ask anybody else that question, they're like, "I want to make it to the E." I know I tried tough enough this year. I didn't make it. I'm going to try it again next year. I'm also probably doing a Ring of Honor seminar at some point this year too.
Good.
But realistically, I don't see myself going to the E anytime soon. I can make a living off of Ring of Honor. I say Ring of Honor for me. That's a big goal because I like the people there. I like the competition, the Young Bucks, AC8s. People I know I can get in the ring with and go.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned being in this business for as long as I have is that, and I say it almost every show, if there's one thing I've learned, you're only as good as the person you're in the ring with. So if you can go, that other person needs to be able to go with you. If they work as hard as they do with you, then you guys are going to soar through any kind of match that you're part of. Especially, you got guys in NEW that can soar with the best of them. And, these guys bring out the best in you as well as you should be bringing out the best in them. And that's the way it should be in any organization. I've always lived up to the term of saying, hey, I'm out there to steal the show. When I wrestle, whether I'm first, middle, last, wherever, my job is to go out and steal the show, because then it makes everybody 10 times worse, 10 times harder to follow, which means they have to work even harder.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of guys like doing that. Some guys don't like that. Some guys don't like the younger guys coming in and saying, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this. You don't always want to overstep your boundaries. You know what I mean?
Well, in the sense of stealing the show, I have that same mindset. Only, at the same time, it's like you got to know your place on the card.
Yeah, exactly.
First on the match, and you're a curtain jerker, and you're doing all this crazy shit. You're not leaving nothing for the rest of the guys, for the main event guys. You want to go in there and warm up the crowd, and then let the other guys do their thing. That's where all these new guys around here is like, oh, I'm gonna steal the show. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be the match of the night. No, the hell you aren't. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do. Spot, then you can steal the show.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. And what I mean by stealing the show is that everybody wants to be the reason why fans come back.
Yeah.
Everybody always wants to be that reason. You could be the main event throughout the entire show. You could be a second, maybe third match out of 8 matches or 6 matches, wherever. But you can do something that might stand out more, that might want to make the people come to see you instead of the main event. So you always have that up and down, and you have that, that weight that everybody wants to carry. But, it comes to a point where, are you ready for that weight? Do you see yourself ready for that weight? Say if NEW walked up to you, management over NEW, and say, hey, we're going to put the straps on you. Do you think personally that you're ready for that?
If somebody asked me, I'd say no. I'm not going to say yes and then make an ass out of myself. When somebody else way deserving of that championship could hold on to it and put on a better match than me. But yeah, totally. I'm not going to lie and just say, oh, yeah, give me the belt. I'm the best damn wrestler in the world. I'm not. Nobody's perfect. If half the people out there thought they were as perfect as they say, they'd be in the E right now. You know what I mean?
NEW gave me my first titles, pretty much. Besides Coaster Real Extreme Wrestling, back when NEW first started out, they took over for that company. And when they came up to me, when it used to be, when the old company was running out their crew, they had shut down. When they had shut down, I was still one half of the tag team champions. But when I was there, they looked at me and they said, hey, look, we're going to put the straps on you. Okay, no problem. Me, my tag team partner, Kevin Sane, we worked really hard and everything else. By the time they did a show called Prison Wars, and I'm sure SPW has talked about doing that a couple times, actually.
I remember that. You faced Marty Reed in the cage match there, didn't you?
It was me and Kevin Sane taking on Marty Reed and Johnny Reed. And it wasn't for the titles. It was more of a welcome back respect match. Johnny and Marty, they're one of my closest friends. I love them dearly, and we beat the hell out of each other that night. The Prison Wars match itself, though, later on that night, was my first actual title, I guess you can say. Mm-hmm. Marty, he held the Prison Wars title, everything else like that. You always have a Prison Wars champion every year. I was fortunate enough to be the very last Prison Wars champion. I was the very last champion for them, for Prison Wars, and I was also the winner of their very last match of the company.
That's something special right there.
Yeah, and when NEW took over and started running shows out there, they continued on, and they said, we want to put the straps on you, everything else. I was blessed. I was happy and everything else. I went 2, almost 3 shows with not having a tag team partner, but being one half of the tag team champions. It was all in the world.
Yeah, that's
but, being a champion isn't all that's made out to be.
I mean, I've yet to hold a belt. Like I said, I had my chance, and I didn't get the job done. I'm hoping I get another chance. But some people, around here, the newer guys especially, holding championships, they think just because they hold a title, they make it all that.
Yeah.
About who you face with that championship, that makes the championship mean something. If you get a strap put on you and you ain't facing nobody, it don't mean a damn thing.
And that's the truth. But also at the same time, all it is, all it is something just to carry around. Everybody wants to be that person to hold the belt, all the time. Problem is that it's just the belt. Means nothing. There's no significance to it and everything else. You could be a champion all you want. That belt ain't gonna mean crap. You know what I mean? These to the fans, it means something. The people who really get into it, want to be part of the show and everything else, it really gets into it. But always remember something, you're bigger than a belt. You're bigger than a belt. Strive for more, strive for better.
Right. And I know I had a couple people ask me, how did I come up with the name Urban Legend? Of course, Urban by his actual first name, but Legend, like I said, I've been through a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? With I was adopted. My adopted mom wasn't she's Caucasian. My family's Caucasian. Adopted mom was very, very elderly, so I was walking around with the old white lady, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. But that's my mom, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did get teased a lot for that. I've been through a lot, with gangs and getting jumped and all that crap. So one day my friend was like, "Irvin, you're kind of a legend." And then, ever since then, that name is stuck. And I've used that name for when I used to become an underground rapper. And now I'm using it for wrestling. So, it's not like I had to go in the business searching for a name. I already had it.
Yeah.
And it just sounded good, so I'm running with it,
Yeah. Now, tell me what it's like to be able to train with Damian Wayne.
Oh, man. It's a blessing in disguise, man. I'm telling you, that guy's a good dude. When I first met him, he scared the shit out of me. I'm talking intimidating, but once you get to talk to him, he's a very cool cat, man. He's very patient. The thing about him is every little thing he gets on you for, which is good, because he wants you to be as good as possible.
Yep.
For me, hip tosses and stuff like that, everything I do, I got to do with more illusion and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I couldn't be more happy, you know what I'm saying?
Now,
with him training us.
Have you taken the experience chop? Have you taken the Damian Wayne chop yet?
Oh man, not right now. But I'm pretty sure I'll be getting one soon. I'm ready for it. You know what I mean?
You say that now. You're never ready for that chop.
I've seen him chop people. I've heard it. Sounds like a gunshot. Sounds like thunder 20 times over. I'm pretty sure once he chops me, I'm gonna need a new chest. But maybe a defibrillator to bring my heart back to life. But I'll be all right.
Very true. Very true. I can definitely understand that, man.
I've taken chops before, but nothing like Wayne, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen soon, though. I guarantee you.
Well, what I did, I went on my website earlier, and I actually added a photo of you along with who you are, and connected to that photo is actually a link straight to your Facebook account. This way, if anybody wants to, anybody who doesn't know you but seen the show and they want to connect with you, this way they can connect right through live, right through Facebook, whatever the case may be. They'll be able to message you, friend request you, whatever the case may be as well. No matter who is on the show, no matter what I do, I always make sure that everybody's connected in somehow, some way. Right. That are watching, or like I said, they're watching live straight from my right from my website. But that's also being streamed. That's being streamed right from YouTube. So everything that everybody watches, they can watch it on YouTube, my website, whatever. I even have links to all the old shows that I also done as well, which yours will be on starting tomorrow, the next day. Nice. So like I said, to me, my job now, my calling is to being a vet in the business as long as I've been in, my job has always been to get the younger guys over, to help these guys grow, help you guys grow and everything else. And by you guys being on here, being on YouTube with viewers or whatever the case may be, that's a little bit of a simple way for me to help you guys out. Even though I can't do it in the ring, I can still do it from where I'm at and get you guys the type of exposure that you guys need. I thrive on, supporting local wrestling promotions. I thrive on supporting local indie wrestlers like yourself and everybody else. So that's my job. And it's definitely a privilege to have you on my show. Just being able to do that. All these guys that I've had on my show, it's a privilege to have them, regardless whether they've been in the business for years, they're first starting out, whatever.
I've just been fortunate to just be a part of all this, seeing these guys on TV, with the old Cox cable channel. I've seen these guys wrestle, and I've been able to step in the ring with them. Like, Tattoo Fest thing was last year. I faced Safi and Griff.
Yeah.
That was cool. I faced Mac numerous times. I faced Kevin Quill. There's a couple of people out there that I want to face that I haven't got the opportunity to face yet.
Like who?
Like, my number one is probably Lucius.
Okay.
I got a great deal of respect for him because he works his ass off, and he's a good person. So I like to see me and him go at it.
I trained with him. I respect the hell. I've had a lot of fun training with him.
I got a couple other people, Sterling, Jordan O'Neal.
Another great guy, Jordan O'Neal, the high flyer that he is, man. Kid's bright future.
I want to get in there with Sean Denny, and then Phil Brown one day. I
had the privilege of being in the ring with Phil Brown. Definitely one of the top 5 matches that I've ever had in my career. That, I mean, he beat the hell out of me. But it was like, it loved every minute of it. So if you get that chance, yeah, definitely get in the ring with him. Even if you get to train with him, whatever the case may be, definitely one of the top respected guys in the area, in the independent circuits alone.
And I know before he left, I also wanted to probably get in the ring with Blake too. But that kind of
Blake Jones.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of being in the ring with him and facing him one-on-one. Great worker. Love being in the ring with that kid.
Yeah, that guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Good guy, you know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing up in Texas. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
He came over to SPW for a couple months and helped lend a hand, and I'm greatly appreciative, of him, because he made me see a new light in certain things that I didn't get before, and for that, I'll be forever grateful on him helping me. And for everybody else for that matter, everybody has played a part with who I, have become. So I'm grateful. Mark, everybody else that's trained me, Marty, my fellow class of trainees, everybody.
Well, the way you are, you're very humble. Stay that way. You'll go a long way in this business for being as humble as you are.
You got to, man. Like,
yep.
No matter how many times people, do talk stuff about me or other people, I don't care to hear it, because business and life in general is too short to worry about that shit. You're here for a reason, to be the best person you can be in the business and out. Staying humble is the best way to go. If you come in business all with that stink attitude, you're not going to be very far.
Yeah.
And I see stuff that goes on Facebook, and it's pitiful, man. Like, I just don't understand half the stuff, so I stay away from it.
On social media.
It's social media. It's like dirty laundry every single day. It's just, I feel like if people just respected each other, you don't have to like each other, but respect each other, do the job, and then get out. I'm not saying have a beer after the show, but just enjoy the time in the ring and then part ways, and that would be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Well, since we have a few minutes left, is there anything that you have for the young guys that are starting out, that are just getting into this business? What are some based on your experience in the last 3 years, what are some things that you can pass down to the younger generation of guys that are coming in?
I would suggest first thing is going there with a positive attitude. Be open to other people's opinions. Learn from it, make it your own. Uh, you need to work out. Go in there with a look, bust your ass in the gym, eat right. Watch what you say on social media because it'll come back to bite you in the ass later on because everybody sees it. Just make smart decisions and keep working hard, and you'll go places. You know what I'm saying? I just now am getting my feet wet in other places. I've been at SPW the past 2 years. So that's good. That was a good time for me, but I'm just going other places now. Don't get me wrong. I'm still working at SPW, but I'm branching out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For as far as young guys go, just keep staying humble and being hungry, and you'll be all right.
Irvin, man, I want to thank you for being on the Ron Payne Show, man. I appreciate it so much. And I'm sure all these younger guys do too as well. For those that are going to be watching it later, whether they're live with us or now, I definitely want to thank you. It was definitely an honor having you on the show. And such as yourself or anybody else, I wish you guys continue, keep watching the show, keep supporting me. I will always support you guys and everything you guys will always continue to do. Irvin, man, you have a bright future ahead of you. And just like you told those younger guys, I'm going to tell you the same thing. Stay humble, stay hungry, and, just walk in with open arms and take everything in. Because in this business, you can never learn too much.
Ever. You always learn something.
Yep. Irvin, thank you very much, man. Thank you for being on the podcast, and we will talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, man.
All right, bud.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You do the same, man.
Thank you.
That was Urban Legend. For those that been watching a little bit and I didn't know who he was. A very good independent wrestler. For those that are just joining us. Now, before I do end up saying goodbye to you guys, I just want to leave you guys with a quick note. Just like Urban Legend was saying, just like I always say, be humble, stay hungry, support your local indie wrestlers. I can't stress that enough. These guys will do everything and anything for you guys. Support your local wrestlers, your companies, whether or not they're wrestling managers, even, commentators, interviewers, whatever. Keep supporting these guys because they do one hell of a job, and every day they're learning something new. And reason why I also sit there and I say support and support and support is because as these guys are growing in business, you guys are growing with them. These guys are growing because of you guys. Just like the podcast. I'm growing because of you guys. And I'm going to say the same thing that they would say. Thank you very much for being with me every single show. And I do appreciate it for my loyal viewers, the guys that, look at the website. Even if you guys click it, you go, oh, Ron Payne, okay, click. And then you get off, whatever. You guys still support me in some sense. So for that, I thank you. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful night. And keep in mind, next week I will have the Black Cloud, Joe Black, on my podcast show. And in the future, right afterwards, I will have Sean and Mark Denny from the Geordie Bulldogs also here live with me. As soon as I get those dates, I will let you guys know. Until then, stay safe, support your local indie wrestling, support your local indie wrestlers. I'm Ron Payne. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.